Fish.
Hello, 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 you guys. It's Will and Nakia.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Let's talk marriage and relationship. So we are just excited to be here tonight.
Yes, give y'all a moment to jump on. We are live. We are live. We are live. Usually on Tuesday nights, we are actually live in our Clubhouse group, but wanted to do something for our Facebook community. We've been talking a lot about do's and don'ts in marriage. And so I wanted you guys really just to share some things that we've learned, things that we're learning. It's not, I have to say, y'all, you know, this, look here, this her, this her, this her. You help me out, honey, help me out. You so sweet. You don't want me to look a mess on Facebook?
No, you represent me.
Like, hey, D. Hey, D. You see my husband trying to help me out, child, because this mess. You try this mess. This mess.
So I cannot share this.
What you said, babe?
How can I share this?
Why? Because it's in our group, right? Okay, you guys. So, as you are joining, please put in the chat where you're joining from. Yes, my brother. She said her brother is the best.
I love you, sis.
Don't be trying to stroke that ego, please.
Come on. Yep.
As you guys are jumping on, put in the chat where you are joining from. We got somebody from New Orleans in the house. New Orleans. Love you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right.
Okay, guys, we want to see the hearts. Please send us some hearts, a lot of hearts.
Yes. So tonight, we're going to talk about do's and don'ts in marriage. Welcome from DeSoto. Oh, we got Houston. Come on. Put in the chat where you're joining from. Where are you joining it tonight from tonight?
Hey, Mama, how you doing?
Yes. So, if you don't know us, we are, of course, we are Will and Nakia Maname. We've been married for 7 years.
Going 8.
We just made
Going 8, guys. Going 8.
We're not gonna go there with him tonight, okay, y'all?
Okay,
we're not. And so there are different things that we have learned as a couple, things that we are still learning, things that we have seen from others, just learning lessons on, what you can do to make your marriage successful, what you can do to sustain your marriage. There's so many people that that's divorcing. I've been married before, so I don't knock anybody, but there has to be a point to where we realize that there is another way, and we don't have to run out when things get hard. We don't have to run out when disaster hits, because it's going to come. You're going to have those trials. You're going to have tribulations. You're going to have struggles in your marriage. I hope and pray that no one gave you the illusion that it's all fairy tales, because it's not. You have the ups, you have the downs, you have good times, and you have bad. But I want you to know that it is worth it if you put in the work.
Yes, it is, guys. We often think that it's easy. I made my boo, we get married, and things would just
live
work out.
happily ever after.
That's not real, man. I was that one. I thought like that. But as soon as I step in the house, I realized fairy tale was over. Oh man, okay. Only in fairy tales with everything, the sky's blue, butterflies, that just fly everywhere, the pond is pink. But yeah, in real life, it's now. So
And
no.
and you know, we're saying and just wanting you to know that there are things that happen in your marriage that you don't have to give up on. You don't have to give up on it just because it gets hard, because it gets challenging. Know that in marriage, there are things that you should apply. If you follow us on any platform, you know that we are both Christians, we are believers, and our foundation is Christ. Our foundation is the Word of God. And so we wouldn't be where we are today if it was not for Him, the center of our lives.
Yeah. Understand, guys. It's not about the culture. Okay, I'm African. She's American. So two different culture, two different background, and it's really not about the culture, but it's about the vision, not the culture, but the vision. Where do you guys are going,
Hmm.
and how do you want to get there? So you have to figure it out together.
So
It's
I've been said that's a conversation that you have to do in the beginning. And if you feel like, well, you know, we backwards, we started this thing and we didn't do that, that's okay. You can start now. Sit down, have a vision, have a goal, have a plan, have a direction of what it is that the two of you want to succeed, to achieve together.
mm, and understand. And I'm saying this to the men. You need to have a proper, clear vision
Hmm,
before you even think about getting married.
say that again.
Men need a proper, clear vision before thinking about getting married.
Why?
Because when I came to you, you asked me a question. I know you already had experience. I didn't know that.
Just a little bit. Mhm.
But you asked me a question. Um, you said, "Here's my baggage. Here's my flaws. Here's who I am. I'm messed up.
Hmm.
What can you do with this? And where do you lead me to?" You know, lucky for me, I already got that figured out
Hmm.
because I surrounded myself with people who had already married, those who were newlywed but been married before. So they told me, hey, this is the ropes, the strings that you need to have,
Hmm.
if you want to make it. Because women, I mean, my wife and I, with we're gonna say, let's put it in the 80s babies. Okay,
I,
80s babies.
I
Um,
clearly was born in the 70s.
yeah, but you late, so you grew up in the 80s, right?
So don't be trying to
Okay,
mess with my age,
you grew
okay?
up in the 80s, but we the 80s babies. All right, kids today are even smarter.
Hmm.
I mean, I pray for whoever's going to meet Grace and Angel, cause I'm spoiling their brain.
Hmm.
Whoever come and talk to my girls, you have to, I mean, really act
Just bring
like
it. You got to bring it.
you got to have it.
Mhm.
Be the type of Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Figure it out. Come with a proper, clear vision. That's the only way these women today they're going to follow you because whatever man you bring on the table, they're able to do that, maybe better than us.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we're going down the street together, but neither one of us know where we're going.
No.
There's no direction. We just gonna haphazardly walk down the street. Well, where are we going? Do
Hmm.
we need to make a right? Do we need to make a left? Do we need to go down the street? Do we need to get an Uber? Do we need to get a lift? Do we need to really be going to the bus station? Where are we going? And I say to women, if you have men that are not leading and don't have a vision, don't beat them down because it's not clear. Start praying together. Start reading the word together. Start seeking God for the vision for your family. Everyone's family, your purpose is different from my purpose. So just because William and I have a vision to do a specific thing doesn't mean that that's for you and your husband, you and your wife. But if you go to God in prayer, study his word, meditate on the word of God, you will get what it is that he has for you and your family.
The blueprint, guys. Okay, we are just a blueprint, but the blueprint is now what you want to live by. Every couple and each couple are so unique
Mm-hmm.
that the only way for you to figure it out is God. Okay, that's how He wired us. Okay, it's God. When I married Nikki, I had a proper clear vision, but I was overcoming a financial crisis. That's the intellectual way to say I was broke. Okay, I was overcoming a financial crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But she was, Nikia married the vision. She didn't marry me.
Mm.
She married the vision because it's mind you guys, we were talking spending 14 to 16 hours daily on the phone. I'm in Houston, she's in Dallas, technically Arlington, but 14 to 16 hours over the phone. Okay, no physical contact. you know I don't know about her, but I was thinking, oh man, how she gonna react if I touch her son away? How she gonna react if I do this and do that? You know. But I believe because I display and disclose my proper clear vision for our future together, that's why she bought into it. She was like, I married the vision, not you. And that's the reason why today.
Well, and even with you saying that, you have to have your own relationship with God. I know God for myself. It wasn't. I didn't have to have William to validate me. I knew who I was in Christ, and so even in those scary thoughts that I had within that period of God, this man don't, Lord, this man ain't, Lord, this. But he reassured me that if you trust me, those of you that know me closely, know me personally, know that it was not a rash decision. It was thought out. We received counsel, all of those things, and so I had to make sure that I was lining up with what God had for me. And so when I asked the question, where are you leading my family? Because he didn't just have me that he was taking under his wing. He came into a blended family. I had 2 children at the time. He came with a child. And so it's like, where are you taking me? Where are you taking our family?
Who guys, man, write down, jot it down right now. And you say this, I, and I put my name, and you put yours. I, William, from now on, I'm working on my proper, clear vision. I, William, working on my proper, clear vision. You write it down. Before you go to bed tonight, I need you to read out loud. Okay? Read out loud. And when you get up in the morning, you do it again. It has to become your mantra. It is important to have your proper, clear vision.
And have a vision, have a direction, have clarity on it. And it don't have to be a big thing. I think we set ourselves up because we want to look like sister so and so, and we want to look like the Joneses, and we want to have what the Joneses have, but that may not be your lane. Walk in your lane. Walk where God has for you. So one of the things that you need to do in marriage, in relationship, if there's any of you that's on here that's seeking to be married, because this group is for those that are engaged or desire to be married and need the teaching. I need for you to understand and to know that it is a must to have a vision. And women, you need to hold them to that standard. If you're not holding men to that standard, there is a problem. Don't settle for
less.
less, or for somebody that's not have anywhere that they're taking you. Yes, I'm following his lead, but he got the where am I following him to? So that's one of your dues. Make sure that you and your spouse have a vision, have a goal, have a direction, get some clarity. Make sure that whatever it is that you're doing it together, and you do it with God.
Doing with God, huh? Yes,
Yes.
guys. Do it with God, because I remember 2 months, 3 months down the road.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
After we first got married?
After we first got married,
No.
I'm ready to just give it up. I'm ready.
Mind you, so put a pin. We got married in 46 days, so we didn't live in the same area. We didn't know anything about each other, right?
We started to date
After we were married.
after we yeah. That's when we started to date.
Hmm.
Because I still believe the word that says, for this reason a man shall leave father and mother and cleave with his wife,
Mhm.
not a woman. I mean, it's not in the Bible unless I read it wrong. Maybe because, oh no, if it's French, it says a woman. No, it says his wife.
Hmm.
Okay, I started to date my wife after we got married, but 3 months down the road, I was ready to give up. I believe she was also, because our culture,
Clashed.
our cultural differences bump head.
I wanted it my way because I knew how I was raised, what I saw. He wanted it his way, what he raised, how he saw it. And we clashed on every end. It's so funny. I'm gonna make you laugh. So he would always, well, my mama used to do it this way, and my sisters did it like this here. And well, the ladies from Gabon do it like this here. And I'm gonna only take that so much. And so y'all, if any of you know me personally, y'all know my response was not as nice as it should have been.
Growing up, I mean, my
Mhm.
dad had been married since 65, so 57 years now. What I saw, I didn't like it
Hmm.
from my dad. Okay, what I saw, the way I saw my dad, his demeanor, the way he was acting, with us and all, I didn't like it. I wanted to be a different father.
However,
I wanted to be a different husband.
however,
So I rejected what the image that I had.
Mhm.
However, I had no other image to copy. So even though I didn't want to be like my father, but I didn't know how to be different.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I didn't want to be like him. I didn't know how to be different.
Hmm. If you can agree with that, put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the group chat, because I don't think that just applies to men. That applies to us women as well. You have an image of what things look like and what it should be. However, we come in and we do totally different. So he's constantly telling me, well, my mom would do it like this, and my sister this. And so my response was, well, why didn't you marry a Gabonese woman? Why didn't you marry a woman that had the same rearing, the same understanding, the same concepts? Why didn't you marry someone that come from where you came from, and then you wouldn't have this problem?
I was in America,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna give the answer that I give to everybody. Why in the world would I marry an African woman and I live in America?
But you wanted me to acclimate to your African culture,
my culture, yeah.
but not understand that I would never be what you knew.
And I'm not the type of man who wants to force, change on somebody. However, that's what I was doing, because I didn't know how to react
Mhm.
or how to behave.
Well, you didn't. I mean, you did what you saw your father, your family
Mhm.
do, not knowing, like you say, anything different. You just repeated the same thing.
Yeah.
And so until we actually just ran right into each other and was like, you know what? The only way this is going to work is to take what you know and set it aside. Take what I know and set it aside. And let's go to God's word. How many of you are applying the word to your relationship, to your marriage? That should be your foundation. I'm not saying that you know it all because we don't know it all. We butt heads still. However, we go back to our beginning, which is God. What does the word tell me to do? What does the word tell me how I should be in my marriage, how I should be with my wife, how I should be with my husband? How should I do those things?
But man, the reason why I said earlier, man, to have a proper clear vision is
Hmm.
because that's what it gets tricky. If I let's say for the purpose of for the sake of this conversation, let's say I never gave Nikia that clear vision,
Hmm.
she would have married a fantasy, okay?
Hmm.
Or she would have
Just a thought.
married me and not the idea and not the vision, because a vision is an idea. It start off as an idea, okay? And the idea is what you want to buy into, not the man. If Nikia didn't have the vision, if she was not able to remember the vision, she would have quit on me a long time ago.
Hmm.
Because the first 2 3 years, man, I thought you get married and everything just start to roll.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No.
Mm-mm. And so there are a lot of things that we learn in the beginning, a lot of things we had to overcome. But I thank God for people that love us, that encouraged us, that held us accountable. So if you don't have people around you that's holding you accountable, that's going to tell you the truth when you're wrong, because we can be wrong, you have to have somebody in your circle that will push you to be better, push you to do things different, push you to really pull out what's in you. Have a vision, have a goal, have a clear direction, have clarity in what it is that you want, that you need for your family. Ladies, stick by your man.
So let me give you guys the first nugget.
I thought we gave a nugget already. What were you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you gave a nugget.
Nugget number one.
Mm-mm.
Nugget number one. Respect your spouse in everything you do. Respect your spouse.
Mm.
Always think, like my wife taught me. Whew. She said, honey, even when you want to buy your own sneaker, I should be in your mind. When you want to buy your new clothes, I should be in your mind. And the question is this one: how does my action right now is going to affect or impact my spouse?
Mm. Say that again.
How will this cost is going to impact or affect my spouse?
And so, even in saying that with finances, with money, So it doesn't have to be that you are getting the okay or the approval to make a purchase. It's man, I know we got this much in the account, but I'm finna buy this here. We good?
I mean, even if we make 10K a week, you know,
In the name
the
of Jesus.
even if hey we're going to, because my plan is to retire by next year.
Go
So
on ahead, then, bro.
it's gonna happen. I already put it out there. Even if you make 10K a week, man, hear me out. Even if you make 10K a week, she is your partner, not her because she's mine. Your wife is your partner, or your future wife if you're still engaged or you're single. She is your partner. I'm the president, she's the vice president. We have to agree. Let's say we agree that we can only spend 1,000 out of the
joint
10
account or
the joint
whatever.
account. We can only spend 1,000 for each other. Okay. And I already spent 700 and I see this beautiful thing that I want to buy for her, but it costs 400. If I buy it, I would have used over what was allowed to me. That's a no-no. I know somebody said, but it's for her. It doesn't matter. It's about a principle. It's about the principle. Okay. We have to agree. And when you breach the agreement, that's where issues start to rise, right?
Right. And even, so when you say respect, okay. So I'm gonna say, because I have had those experiences, and of course, like I told you guys, I've been married before. So my mother, thank God for Alice Faye, tell me early. I mean, I got married my first time at 17 years old. And she says, when you and your husband have issues, don't come tell me what your issues are. I say, excuse me? Don't come run and tell me your issues. Y'all gonna get mad, y'all gonna be fighting. You gonna come to the house, you gonna stay there for a night or two, then you going back to your husband. When you go back to your husband, then I'm gonna be mad, because I'm going to still be feeling some type of way about how he may have treated you, what he may have said, how you ended up at my house. And so I want to say to you guys, be very careful when you get into putting you and your spouse's business out. That is a don't in marriage. When you respect one another, you want to make sure that you are mindful of what you are displaying about your spouse.
There is no respect without love, and there is no love without sacrifices. There's something that I posted on Twitter an hour ago. I said, loving is to die in order to elevate the other one. So prosperity will be the share of the couple. Okay. Loving is to die oneself to elevate the other one. It's in order for prosperity to become the share of the couple. So that's key, guys.
Respecting one another.
Yeah.
Respecting those boundaries that you set. And just because you set it don't mean that you can trump the boundary.
No. No, this is what we do back home in Africa. I set the rule so I can bend the rule. I can break the rule.
No.
I am, okay? I am. Even God himself doesn't break the rule, guys. God doesn't break the rule. And I can hear somebody say, yes, he does. No, he doesn't. God doesn't break the rule. Okay, that's the reason why Jesus died for us.
God today.
God doesn't break the rule, because he said to him, if you die and you present yourself in front of me as with the blood, okay, if you present yourself with the blood for the sin, okay, of these people, I will never kill them. As long as you stand in front of me,
interceding,
you know,
interceding on
I
our
will
behalf.
never. So that's his word. Okay. So just because you're the man, just because you're the husband, that doesn't give you license to break the rule. Do now, because soon as you break the rule, you just give license
for your wife to do the
the
same
wife
thing.
to do, and the children will take it, and then you will find yourself somewhere in Africa.
Not in Africa.
In Gabon. Okay, not in Africa, in Gabon.
Next.
Set aside personal views, guys, and begin creating your own identical view within your marriage. Set aside personal views and begin creating your own identical view within your marriage. What does it mean? We said earlier, I'm from Gabon, she from America, two separate, distinctive culture. In the beginning, it was about our culture. Hey, this is how men do back home. This is how we do. This is how, and women, this is how they do back home. So I was looking at kid from my African lenses and like, hey, you got to do this. You got to do. And I was always comparing her and her actions with my African, fellow ambassadors. All right. That was a mistake. Nikia was doing the same thing. And when we realized going this direction, we just take us through the wall, we sat down and we said, okay, our personal view really don't matter. Now we need to look for a blueprint that is perfect and unbreakable. We went to the Bible to find our own identical, view. That was important.
And one thing, even with that, I've been in ministry from Jesus. How many years? Since
26.
Since I was 17.
26.
So I come into a marriage already in ministry, busy. I'm full in. He come in, he has his own ministry, he has his call on his life. And you guys, at the end of the day, none of that mattered. None of it mattered because just because I was a thing and he was a thing, none of it mattered because we were trying to do what was important for us outside of our ministry, outside of our jobs, outside of our children. Because our children are going to grow up and they're going to go on about their business, and it's going to be me and him looking at each other like we crazy. And so make sure that you set aside your titles, set aside your positions. None of that matter. You can be the CEO at your company, and it doesn't matter when it comes to you and your spouse. It does not matter.
But I know somebody who was the CEO and of that company. Its name, Kingdom, Heavenly Kingdom. His name was Jesus. You know what he did?
I'm not gonna play with you.
He sat down, grown men, 12 grown men sat down, put their feet in alabaster, washed them feet. Grown man. Okay. He was, and he's still the CEO of the company named Heavenly Kingdom. And he was washing the feet. Humble. That's leadership. There is no way that men can require from women to follow or be to follow into their leadership without himself displaying what leadership is.
That's good.
Okay, leadership is being not afraid to serve. I'm not afraid to serve. But in the beginning, I was not a leader. I thought I was a leader. Okay, there's two things. There's leadership that I learned from Africa. I always refuse that kind of leadership. It's called dictatorship.
Hmm.
I thought I was a leader when, matter of fact, I was a dictator. It was my way and my way. Oh,
And
that
and
sounds
I'm a
like,
Louisianian, so you know I didn't make it easy for him, right? You got.
man. The only, I mean, I would have that voice in my mind. My way. I mean, it's Asher. You
Don't,
see, you see.
don't do it.
Okay,
We
reminisce.
want the people to stay on the line. We don't want to get them off the
Hey,
line.
guys, but that's how I was doing the things all the time. You know, it has to be this way. It has to be that. Always criticizing negatively. I was not trying to. I was not trying to tear down. I was trying to build up, but the foundation was weak.
That's good. You know, um, there's a lot. There's a lot to discuss. We're not, of course, going to grab it all tonight, but we wanted to really just to get on, and we're going to continue. Every week, get on and sharing some things with you guys, teaching some things that we've learned, things that we are learning. Marriage is an area that is really dear to both of our hearts. As you know, um, you can't. I couldn't ever come in and judge you all because I've done this thing. This my third time.
And the last one.
Say it, baby. Third time. And you guys, there are so many things that I've learned, things that I'm still learning. And I need for you to understand that in order for you to have a successful, a strong, and a sustainable, say the word,
Sustainable.
sustainable.
I love when I can correct you, baby.
Woohoo!
At least I have a word that I can say right.
Mm.
Sustainable.
Thank you. Marriage. It is important to have a successful, a strong, and a sustainable marriage. And in order to do that, you have to do it together. You have to be on the same page. The husband have to have a vision for his family. The wife and children need to follow it. Don't don't be afraid, even when you don't understand it, when you don't see it clearly. Trust that God is leading you in the right place. When I don't understand what William is taking, y'all, because I'm telling you, my husband had very big dreams, very big dreams. And sometimes they are scary to me.
And it's important, guys. Hey, I'm going to say this to you. If your dream is not scary enough, change it. Okay.
Jesus.
When I was in Africa and I was 9 years old, and I said, my dream is to live in America. My dream is to be married to an American woman. My dream is to father American children. My dream is to live the American dream. Everybody laughed and said, bro, this is so crazy. And nobody gonna believe that. Okay? Because first of all, you are born in a poor family, not middle class, poor family, from one of the poorest place in the country, and you're the one talking about going to America with all these going on in your country. But you see, I never stopped.
How many years later?
21 years later, I made it.
Praise God.
Okay. It took me 21 years. Why? Because I didn't know. The only thing that I had was a definite purpose. I had a proper, clear vision of what I wanted for me. I said, God, I know you come into ministry. It would be America in America then. Because I'm not. You gave me that dream. It's mine. Okay. So it's important, guys, if there's anything that you take away from this life,
yes,
is this. have a proper, clear vision,
Mhm.
man. That's not a woman task. It's the man task.
Mhm.
That's what when God came in the garden, he called for Adam, not Eve.
We not
Adam, where
we
are
ain't,
you?
we ain't talking about Adam and Eve today, okay? Leave my
Mm,
girl
no.
alone.
Okay. But I'm talking about all the Adam, because
Mhm.
there's two kind of men on earth.
Mm,
There's Adam's seed
mm,
and Jesus' seed.
mm.
Okay.
Which Adam are you gonna be?
Which one you gonna be?
Mm.
Are
Are
you
you gonna be
Adam?
the Adam that's gonna throw your wife under the bus?
Or you gonna be the second Adam who died
Mm.
so the wife will be empowered?
Ooh, say that.
Oh,
Say that. Empower me, boo. Say that. But that's for next week, though. That's for next week,
come
though.
back, invite,
That's for next week.
share. Hey guys, we have a lot to
Invite
discuss.
people to this group. Be active. Get busy. We're going to be busy. We're going to get active. Be looking for details on conferences coming. We would like to do a retreat this year. Cross our fingers. We're gonna see how that works out. You know me, I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, please, guys, DM us with all your questions. We're gonna make sure we answer all of them. Okay. Something is in the making right now. We've been cooking some. We're in the
Yes.
lab. I know I haven't got my PhD yet,
Mhm.
but you know,
Mhm.
when it comes to
Oh, and thank all of you that have followed us or subscribed to us on YouTube. Thank you so much.
oh, by the way, yes,
Please continue, because we're going to be putting content there for you all as well. Thank you. Of course, if you're not following us on all platforms, please do. We're finna get on TikTok.
Will and Nikia, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it.
All platforms, we're on them. So
You know.
thank you all. We love you. We appreciate you. Of course, as always, if you need anything, we're here for you. We'll talk to you next week.
Before you guys, we take the step back and send you back, to your business. If there's any couples here live right now, or those who's gonna watch the replay, and you have any type of questions regarding a particular situation where you can find a solution with your spouse, DM us. Don't write it in the comment. If you want, if you're comfortable enough to put it on the comment section, do it. But feel free to DM us, and we will take the time to discuss this with you, because we don't know everything, but I guarantee you,
we know somebody that knows something.
We connected to the connector.
We know somebody that knows something.
He knows something. He knows everything, and the revelation comes from him.
And if you would like we do offer a free 30-minute consultation. If you and your husband would like to join on, if you are looking to get married and you just have some questions, take the offer, reach out to us. We can send you our availability. Let's do this thing. Let's do it together. Let's do it as a family, and let's achieve greatness this year.
And just know, we are Will and Nikia Manime, and our ministry is to empower couples, because we want to bring back the DNA and the character of God on earth.
All right.
We love you guys, and share the life with your friends.
All right. Talk to you guys next time.